Welcome back to the Crypto ZX channel. To the Hbar holders, thank you so much for all the love. Let's take a look at what's happening with the price of Hbar as we are going into Wednesday morning. I'm sure at this point you guys can clearly see that the broader market is feeling a lot of love. As you can see across the board, some coins up double digits, but again, majority of the market right now is up, and pretty much as of now, pretty much since Saturday, I would say, we have been seeing the market in this upwards trajectory, which again is nice to see. As far as HBAR price is concerned, though, HBAR right now is actually down just a little bit, nothing crazy, but it is still down about 0.2% on the USD side and 0.2% on the Bitcoin side, with the price at 14.5 cents. The valuation 6.14 billion, with the 24-hour trading of volume at $220 million. As always, just a quick disclaimer, anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in crypto. First and foremost, I want to start off by talking about the dominance. What the dominance has been able to do is it actually pushed down to a new monthly low. And again, some things that we have not seen, I wouldn't say some things, some levels that we actually have not seen since September of this year. So the dominance is continuing to pull down. You can see for yourself. Let me give you guys a little bit of a better visual. You can see 58.46% was retested. We did see a little bit of a bounce, but the fact that we did set a new low is nice to see. Especially when Bitcoin is heading towards the upside. Because if you're looking at Bitcoin, Bitcoin didn't really break out of the $88,500 price point that I talked to you guys about. We actually hovered just below that key range, but keeping that in mind, there is some resistance just below the $88,500 as well, which is around $88,200. And you can see we retested that on the 23rd. We retested it several different times, and that exact same level is actually playing as a resistance. We actually weren't able to break out of that key range, but I did mention this in the market analysis update as well. We did see the price of HBAR retest the $86,000 price point, but we did see that play as a support once again, and Bitcoin did bounce. So Bitcoin's still holding up good. I am still anticipating if we're able to break out of the key range, I think 0.50 is a realistic target to be looking forward to. And if the dominance continues to show weakness, I think this could be a good sign for altcoins. But if you're looking at HBAR's price, let's take a closer look and see what's really happening. Let me kind of get rid of this for you, and we'll see what's happening. So as far as the price of HBAR is concerned, first and foremost, I want to point out to you guys that we're still below the key range at 15.5 cents. Again, obviously we discussed last night that this is a level that we retested just 2 days back, got rejected at that key range, and as of now, HBAR is having a hard time, even retesting this key resistance, and that is due to the fact that the 24-hour trading volume for HBAR is quite low right now. But nonetheless, at the same time, when I kind of zoom out for you guys, you just cannot forget that there is some resistance around this exact same level. And like I said, we're having a little bit of a hard time pushing out of that key range, but zoom out. That's what I would suggest you guys to do so, because a lot of people have forgotten the HBAR price was literally sitting at 12.2 cents just a few days back, and it did see a bounce of 26.5%. And that is something I don't want you guys to be overlooking. But let's take a look at it on an hourly perspective to see, whether or not we did see a little bit of a bounce. So pretty much yesterday, you could see for yourself, we came up to the 15 cents price point, came down exactly to the 14 cents price point. Again, you could see for yourself, saw once again, a bounce, and we actually saw a bounce of about 6%, give or take, and it's still holding up, quite nicely around the 14.5 cents mark. You could see, it is playing as a resistance, believe it or not, but you want to see the price pushing above this. I have a strong feeling, because like I said, Bitcoin did not do much. It still consolidated above the $86,000 key range, but if Bitcoin is able to break out of this key level, which we're actually seeing Bitcoin having a hard time doing, so if this is able to break out, I am anticipating HBAR to show some sort of a positive price action and maybe push above this key resistance. Then that would be obviously nice to see. But as far as this key resistance is concerned, this itself is still about a 7% move from where we currently are. So that's something I want you guys to keep in mind. But again, nice healthy correction after 27% move towards the upside. That's something I don't want you guys to be forgetting entirely. It's not actually lagging over the last 24 to 48 hours. We've seen a little bit of a minor lag, but if you kind of take a look at it from the lows, we have seen quite an impressive bounce. So it is pretty much balancing itself out with the broader market, believe it or not. But we got to still take it one step at a time. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Thank you so much for the love. We'll see you later from Crypto ZX and peace.